Hi, this is the first episode of my hardcore Minecraft playthrough, but to keep things interesting and not so tedious and boring, I have sped up the gameplay to 4 times its original speed. So 1 hour of gameplay is now squeezed into 15 minutes. And so that you can follow along with what I am doing, I've decided to add commentary to what I had been doing for each hour. So in this episode, I started at day 0, and I don't know why they don't start with day 1, but I guess it's to help you count the number of days you've been in the game. So after night falls and the sun comes up, I'll have been here for 1 day. Anyway, um, one of the things I need to do is figure out where I am going to set up base. I don't want a big wide open area because that's a high chance for monsters to sneak up behind me. One of my requirements for my first base in any Minecraft world is it's got to be on a sea level body of water and in the side of a hill. On a body of water so I can begin a garden, and in the side of a hill so I can easier carve out my own protective shelter. So there's no surprise caves around me where monsters can sneak in and attack me from behind. So that is the reasoning behind this particular process. It's going to take me a bit to orient myself and really get my base started. In fact, I don't think this is even going to be my permanent base. Ideally, I would like to set up a nice big tower near where I spawn, because the game tries to spawn you near the 0, 0 coordinates of the map. And I figured that if I build a base on those coordinates, it'll be easier for me to lay everything out in a grid. And yeah, you'll see what I'm trying to articulate in future episodes if I make it this long. Speaking of which, I will have to be more careful in my process with regards to recording and uploading videos. I have had previous playthroughs get corrupted, not because I've died in my hardcore world, because I'm just simply too good, but because I get stupid and I delete the source file from my computer while it's uploading and I can't retrieve it from the recycle bin, for example. Or I happen to record commentary for a playthrough while a video is uploading, and for some reason the I/O file transfers kind of mess with that, and I end up getting weird green screen glitches in the final product. So from now on, my computer is not doing any more multitasking when I'm in the process of any step of producing a gameplay video. Another thing I want to consider is that I probably don't want to make Minecraft be the only game that I play on YouTube, there are very few other games that I really like to play. And they are RimWorld and The Long Dark. I might think about downloading The Sims 3 and doing there's a challenge where um, I'll have to look it up, but it's a challenge where you have to start out with one sim and you buy the most expensive property and you have to basically live like a homeless person until you earn enough money at your job to build on that property. Um, but that's like only 3 other games that I would really think about playing on here. Some follow-ups are Cooking Simulator and Satisfactory. Whew-wee. I barely killed that skeleton, and now I have some hunger on my bar. So this is going to be a bit of an issue because, well, oak trees normally drop apples, and I'm trying to see if these mushrooms will drop anything, but they didn't. I'm going to need 2 pieces of iron to make some shears if I want to harvest these mushrooms, I think. Luckily, I found an apple, so that filled my hunger bar, but I really need to find some seeds and begin a garden. So, yeah, I think that is going to be mandatory. I was thinking about putting my garden this way, but I was already developing in that direction. So let's go over here for right now. I'm not sure if that will grow fast enough and give me the 3 wheat that I would need to make some bread before I need to eat again. But keeping our fingers crossed, hopefully we'll get some results by next episode. In the meantime, this project is me digging all the way to bedrock. Most people like to use stairs and go down at a sharp 45-degree angle. But I feel that would create more work for minecarts. If that's not a good argument, another argument is that every flat block that I am on can serve as a landing in which I can build like multiple floors or levels of my basement. In this case, it's every 4 blocks. The interior of a room is 3 blocks high plus a 4th block that serves as the ceiling slash floor separator between levels. Other than that, this is the same pattern that I am going to be repeating throughout this whole game. I know some people like having rooms that are 4 blocks high, and some hobbits out there really like only having 2 blocks in the hallways and corridor. I find that to be a little claustrophobic, because my head doesn't brush against the ceiling in real life, so it shouldn't brush against the ceiling in the game either. I think 3 blocks high is a perfect compromise. So I shall continue my stairway to bedrock, and I'm running upstairs to check outside to see when sunlight happens. Once I find 4 gold and some redstone, then I can craft a clock and I'll be able to go outside when the sun rises. I do have a texture pack for the Minecraft clock too. I was thinking about going across the way to slaughter that pig, but then I saw Mr. Skeleton and he kind of was like, okay, maybe I don't want to get shot yet. So instead I chose to spend this time harvesting some lumber, which is always very useful. I can never get enough wood. I have a feeling that in a few episodes I will be crafting a lot of double chests for storage. I decided to try to do something over here, but then it started raining. And when it rains, the monsters come out and stay out. So I think I'm going to play it safe and head back downstairs to continue working on the mines. Since I don't have a suit of armor, it is very imperative that I exercise safety first. So I've only found 2 pieces of iron, and it would be silly if I couldn't find a 3rd piece of iron, and I have to use these 2 pieces to make shears and find out if that would give me mushrooms so I can have mushroom soup. That would fill my hunger bar for the time being, at least. I'm also going to wait to build a storage area because my main priority right now is to reach bedrock so I can get some diamonds. Once I get 3 diamonds, I'll make a diamond pickaxe, and then we will find some lava. We'll pour some water on it to make obsidian, and we will use the obsidian to enter a new dimension that will allow us to travel over the world a lot faster. So there's a lot to look forward to in this game, and I guess that's why it appeals to me, because I can kind of craft my own adventure. Especially since throughout the late 90s and all through the 2000s, I had an addiction with map creation for stuff like Wolfenstein and Doom and Thief, the Dark Project, Thief 2. I made levels for those. So this game allows me to fulfill my map creating fetish. Well, I found an amethyst shard, and with some copper I made a spyglass. Not particularly useful right now, but once I build a lookout tower, then it'll be fun to ooh and ah around the map. So I've made a cobblestone storage chest that should clear up some space in my junk drawer. And that's the end of day 2. If you've enjoyed it, please feel free to leave some feedback in the comment. You can name this world. You can name this area of the cave. I don't care. Just we'll get back to that in the next episode. Thank you for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.